Hi there, students. The dog that caught the car. Okay, this is a metaphor. To be like the dog who caught the car would make it a simile. Let's see, this is to achieve your goal and then not to know what to do next. So, for example, I wonder what all these green politicians would do if pollution was banned tomorrow. If everybody said, okay, we're going to stop polluting. We're going to do everything we can to stop pollution, to look after our environment. Then I have a feeling that many of these green politicians would be the dog that caught the car. They just wouldn't know what to do next. Let's see, this idiom, this metaphor, it originates from this behaviour of dogs that like to chase cars which they can never catch. Because the dog chases after the car, but the car is always much faster. And what happens if the dog actually catches the car? What does the dog do next? I've caught the car, my God, what do I do now? So it's talking about somebody who's achieved their aspiration, their goal, which they always thought was something unattainable, something that wasn't going to happen, and they're totally overwhelmed by the situation of achieving their desired goal. Okay, so perhaps a politician who is elected when they thought they would never be elected, that could be an example of being like the dog that caught the car. They just don't know what to do next. I think perhaps this is something that happens to us all from time to time. We have a goal, and very often trying to achieve our goal, dreaming of achieving that goal, is something that motivates us and makes us go forward. But when we actually get that goal, then we're almost a bit disappointed because we lose part of our life. And part of our life was chasing after that goal, trying to get it. Or very often, I think, people who want to become rich. So why do you want to become rich? Most people want to become rich so that they can lead a life of luxury. They can relax and sit and soak up the sun on their own desert island. But many of the people who actually attain this become like the dog that caught the car, and they just don't know what to do now, because they've got all the money they could need, all the money they could spend, and normally they just keep on making more and more and more money because they don't know anything else. And when you've got more money than you could ever need, why bother to make more? And I think that that's almost dog that caught the car syndrome. Now, this phrase reminds me of a fable that is attributed to Aesop about a dog that is chasing a lion. There's this dog, and this dog is chasing the lion, and the dog is barking, and the lion suddenly stops and turns round and roars at the dog. Rah! And the dog runs away. That's the dog that caught the car, because suddenly the dog realizes that it's not ready to catch the lion. If it catches the lion, then this is a situation it's not prepared for. And I think this is it. The dog that caught the car is a person who's unexpectedly attained their goal, and now they just don't know what to do. He's like the dog that caught the car after winning the election. After launching his startup, he felt like the dog that caught the car. She was like the dog that caught the car when she got the promotion and just didn't know what to do next. Okay, so after years of campaigning, the anti-abortion movement found itself in the uncomfortable position of being the dog that caught the car. So this, you attain your goal and then you just don't know what to do next. Yeah, you've struggled and fought and suddenly you've got your objective. So what next? Yeah, you achieve your lifelong ambition only to realize you just don't know how to handle this situation. Okay, so someone who's done or achieved something difficult and they don't know where to go next. My whole life has been focused on getting this PhD. Now that I've got it, I feel like the dog that's caught the car. This is the perpetual student, somebody who goes to university and they get a degree and then they get a master's degree and then they get a PhD. And then they become a professor because they're the dog that caught the car. They don't know what to do next. Okay, so this is the idea that the dog that caught the car, you don't know where to go next. So formality. I think I'm going to give this a 4 in formality. I think it's best in an informal context. You could use it in a semi-formal conversation and maybe just in a semi-formal writing, but certainly no more. The dog that caught the car. Bye for now.